Hey everyone. Okay, so I'm really excited. We're going to have Brandon Howard on today talking all about working out 101. He is a very knowledgeable personal trainer. Um, and I see him here now. So I'm going to go ahead and add him in. Hey, Miss Robbie. Thanks for joining. Okay.
Can you
Hey,
see?
Brandon. How's it
Can you
going?
see me?
Yes, I can see you and I can hear you.
Perfect.
We're all good.
Perfect.
All right, good. I'm so excited to interview you today. So first, let me just kind of give a little bit of your credentials because you've earned it. So I like to, I like to give.
Yes, I did. Lots of study.
Right. Lots of studying, lots of hard work, lots of clients over time. So yes,
Yes.
he is an ACE health coach, a therapeutic exercise specialist, a fitness nutrition specialist, and an orthopedic exercise specialist. So yes, he's full of knowledge. That's why I wanted to give him his props.
Yep.
Yes,
Every couple of years, I just get another certification. So
that's
that's just how
awesome.
it works.
That's awesome. Yes, and it's totally worth it because the more knowledge you have, the more niche you can be, the more people you can help. Which I know
Exactly.
that's obviously why you do what you do because you want to help people
Exactly.
live their lives to the optimal level, as I like to say.
Hmm.
Yes. So, yeah, let's get into this. I mentioned before we're going to talk about working out 101. I'm going to ask him lots of questions. Hopefully, these are questions that I'm sure people wonder all
Lots
the
of
time.
questions. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So, first of all, how did you choose to get into your line of work?
That is a funny question. I get asked that a lot, and I'm gonna give y'all a really funny story. So I graduated. I was pretty athletic in high school. Well, no, I wasn't. I'm lying. I was all right in high school. I was all right. But I know that I didn't have a lot of muscle tone. I did not work out very much. Be honest, I did the bare minimum. Any athletic gift I had came from genetics, from my mom's side. Very active folks, all that good stuff, right? So I get to college. Went to Oakwood University, or Oakwood College, now Oakwood University, Huntsville, Alabama,
Hmm.
HBCU.
Yep.
And so when I went, I was surrounded by all these grown men. I
Oh
was
yeah.
puny compared to all these guys. Right? I was walking around just like I was a nobody. And so I went to college undecided, didn't know what I was going to do. And that was when I started in the gym. And then so I became friends with a gymnast, and she showed me the ropes. She showed me how to bench press properly. She showed me how to do pull-ups. When I promise you all, I could only do like one or two pull-ups when I got to college.
Oh, wow.
I was benching maybe 125, 130 pounds. Boss lady. When it came to that, she showed me the ropes. She showed me how to really take care of my body, how to eat properly.
Awesome.
And when I got back home after freshman year, I had put on like 20, 25 pounds. And when I came back home, people were like, whoa, what did you do? And at that point, I felt so good about myself. And the stares from the ladies didn't hurt either. But really, I just felt so good about myself that I wanted to inspire that type of change in other people. I wanted to give folks who were not as confident with themselves a reason to be confident. I wanted them to stand up straighter, to have more strength and more exercise. I fell in love with all types of exercise. I started swimming. I started running. I started doing all types of things that I didn't think I would do once I got to college. So it was a completely eye-opening uh, experience that I had with my own trainer. So for me, I wanted to give that to other people.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, you totally do have more of a pep in your step when you start working out, start eating
Yes.
better. People start to feel better about themselves. I think their confidence raises. So that's awesome. Okay, so to start from the beginning, where does someone start who has a sedentary lifestyle. I know lots of people, maybe they didn't used to have a sedentary work atmosphere or anything, but they do now because lots of people are working at home.
Yeah.
So where does someone start?
The easiest thing for someone to do to start is to just get out and walk. That's the easiest thing. We go so far into different parameters. Some people will say that all you need to do is walk, and some folks will say walking is no good. Walking is one of the best things that you can do to start off. Why? Because if you're sedentary, your muscles have started to atrophy, your heart rate, your heart is not as strong as it could be. So getting up off that couch and all of a sudden going to a HIIT training class may not be the best thing for you to do. Getting out there and saying, well, I'm going to go run a 5K immediately. That may not be the best thing to do. But getting out and actually starting to walk, that's going to help prepare your muscles, is going to help prepare your heart for the increased type loads that you want to experience later on down the road. You have to, as what do they say, you have to crawl before you walk. You have to walk before you run. And I take that same mindset when it comes to people. Don't come to me saying, well, I haven't worked out in 3 years. I want to run a marathon next week. That ain't gonna work.
Right.
We have to start somewhere. And I think I see a comment saying any movement is better than no movement. Yes. So walking and other body weight exercise that you can do at home, just standing up and sitting down. That movement right there. Doing push-ups, on a countertop. Any of those things, that is definitely better than no movement, and a great way to prepare your body for the harder exercises that you want to do going forward.
Yes, that's so true. People just want to jump into the extreme, and then they get overwhelmed and upset that they can't do the extreme because they weren't doing anything before. I mean, it's just like you mentioned, the push-up on the countertop. I used to not be able to do any push-ups. Like 2 years ago, I could not do one. And I started out on a like the not the barbell machine, where it has like the barbell that's attached. I can't think of what they're called. One of those machines.
The Smith machine?
Yes, the Smith machine. I started on the Smith machine, elevated, and worked my way down to the floor. I mean, you have to start somewhere. And I'm sorry,
we want that instant gratification. We want to be able to do stuff immediately. And what I tell my clients is you have to be consistent in this thing. You have to do this over time. I rather my clients be consistent 100% of the time than go 100 miles an hour 25% of the time.
Yeah.
You just have to have that consistency and that balance going forward.
Yes. Okay, so with the new year fastly approaching, many people have like these weight loss goals that most don't stick to, unfortunately. But if weight loss is someone's goal, and I know everyone's body is different, everybody is different. What are some general rules, like maybe 3 rules that our viewers could follow, or our replay watchers could follow if they want to start on their weight loss journey?
Most definitely. I like to keep things simple, like to keep it. How we do it may not be simple, but the rules tend to be simple. First thing you want to do is you want to increase your protein intake. Now, whether you are a meat eater or a vegetarian or a vegan, there are multiple ways of doing that, but your protein has to go up. One reason is that's our way of our bodies recovering. Our body's made up of amino acids. Our muscles are made up of amino acids. So after you work out, you need something to help repair. Number 2, protein is a very satisfying nutrient. You tend to not overeat a lot of protein, right? You can, but it's a lot easier to overeat on our carbs, right? So you increase your protein, you recover a little bit, it keeps you fuller a little bit longer, and it helps to increase your metabolism as well. So that's number 1.
Okay.
Number 1, you want to increase your protein. Number 2, you want to eat more fruits and vegetables. Why? Come on, now that should be kind of obvious, folks. Why we need to eat more fruits and vegetables? Our fruits and vegetables are, number 1, high in antioxidants. They are high in vitamins. They're high in minerals, things that our brain is going to use to signal that we are fuller a little bit faster. When we eat a lot of empty calories, our body and our brain still wants it. It still wants the nutrients, so it's still saying eat, eat, eat. the more vegetables and more fruit that you eat, the faster that signal gets to the brain saying, all right, we're good. Try to eat 5 apples at one time.
Exactly
Eat 5 apples at one time. And then on the flip side, eat 5 bags of chips. Right? So it's so much easier. You can go through 5 bags of chips like that. But by that second or third apple, you're done. You are done. It takes up more space in the stomach.
Yeah.
And then the third thing you want to do is you want to increase your water. A lot of times, because of the signals in our brain are misinterpreted by us because we do not have a good relationship with our bodies. A lot of times when we say that we're hungry, we're actually thirsty.
Yep.
And so if we drink some water, wait 15 or 20 minutes or so, we may not even have those feelings of being hungry. And water takes up more space in our stomach. So all 3 of those rules still allows you to eat. Because I don't want you to starve yourself. Right. You don't have to go on no 1,200 calorie diet, no 1,100 calorie diet, no 1,000 calorie diet that's going to leave you mad at the world. No. Eat, eat properly, eat more protein, eat more fruits and vegetables, drink more water. Those are 3 simple things that we all can do.
Okay, so that is great. Now on the flip side, now let's say there are those people out there that maybe they have super high metabolisms and they want to gain more weight, but in a healthy way, or maybe they just want that muscle gain. They want that definition. Yeah. What can they do for that? What are some tips for those people?
Well, it's actually funny. Some of the rules still remain the same. So you still want to increase your protein a little bit more, right? And the reason why is because, again, it's that recovery. So if you're going to hit the weights a little bit harder, you still need something to kind of help your body recover. And that's what protein does. Second thing, if you want to increase your muscle mass, you're going to actually have to increase your carb load. Why? You need the energy. You need the replenishment of your sugar stores in your body. Also, carbs are not the devil, folks. Carbs are not evil. You need your carbs. And the third thing, which a lot of people are going to really freak out about, it's so underrated. Take your behinds to bed. Seriously, there are multiple studies that are out showing that if you don't sleep enough, the amount of muscle gain that you're going to have is decreased because your body recovers as you sleep. So even if you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, eating wise, if you're not getting enough sleep, you're not going to get as much gain.
Wow. Yeah, sleep is very, very important.
Sleep is very important. Sleep is one of the most underrated things that we have to do to get stronger, to actually lose weight, for almost anything that happens health-wise and internally. Sleep is underutilized, but it's one of the best things that you can do, if not the best.
Wow. Yes. So listen to that. Listen to him. Get your sleep.
Stop Netflix and chilling it at 11 o'clock at night. Stop Netflixing it. Stop Hulu. Stop binge watching. Get a bedtime. Take your butt to bed.
Yeah, I know when it's hard because of quarantine. I think so many people's sleep schedules and stuff are off. But I mean, it's important. Okay, so kind of in the same vein, as far as pre and post workout fuel, what are some recommendations that you have? Would you say that it's more based on your workout type or intensity, or?
I would say that. I would definitely say that. A lot of the rules are still the same, just the ratio may be a little bit different, if that makes sense. So, yes, so you want to have a pre-workout meal and you want to have a post-workout meal. Now, somebody is going to say, or somebody is going to ask, well, what about fasted cardio? What about fasted working out? And what I'll tell that individual is, if it works for you, that's fine. That's fine. But what I see as a trainer and a health educator is you need that pre-workout fuel because your body needs energy. You're not going to go on a road trip with no gas in the car, right? Mm-hmm. So your body needs that pre-workout energy. Now, if you are doing mainly a cardio type workout, you need to make that mostly carb-based. So you're looking at banana, an apple, sandwich, things along those lines, 1 to 2 hours before your workout. So it gives your body enough time to absorb it and so it can be utilized for your workout, because it takes the body some time to break that down so that it can actually be used as energy. If you're going to have more of a strength-based exercise, you still need the carbs, but you also need to up your protein just a little bit, just so you will limit muscle breakdown and increase your recovery after your workout as well. And it's funny, after your workout, it's roughly the same. It's roughly the same. The main difference is before your workout, you want to avoid or you want to limit the amount of fat that you're going to ingest. I'm thinking, fat as far as like peanut butter, oils that you put into your vegetables, this, that, and the other. Not because fat is bad. Fat is actually a very important micronutrient, but for pre-workout, it actually slows the absorption of your nutrients. All right. And so if you're slowing the absorption of your nutrients, your body is not able to use those carbs as fast for your exercise because your body is still slowing it down, which makes fat a good thing to use for after your workout and for your meals in general, because it slows the absorption of your nutrients and it also increases your satiety or your fullness feeling.
Interesting. So, because I will say I normally fast or do cardio fasted in the mornings. I go to Cycle Bar pretty much every day around 9 o'clock-ish. If you're in the Louisville area, come out sometime.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. And for the most part, I always have enough energy. Now, there are some days that I'm like, I should have done something like shakes or something is easy for me.
Oh,
but would you say that after the workout, especially if you're lifting weights or something, that it's about 20 minutes or so, you need to get some protein or something in you, or is that even true?
The faster, the better.
Oh.
But the faster you can, the faster it is. So 20 minutes, sure. But for some individuals, especially if you're working out in a fasted state, the faster, the better. Okay. But if you've had pre-workout, a pre-workout meal or shake, smoothie, whatever you want to use, you still want to get to your food post-workout as quick as possible, but you don't have to necessarily rush. Your protein synthesis and protein absorption is still going to be fairly high, even a couple of hours after you eat. The issue at what happens is what I like to call you get workout hunger. And and so the longer you wait to eat after you work out, especially if you do it fasted, the more likely you are to just open your fridge and eat everything. So it's a little bit less for the recovery. And again, you do want to eat as quick as possible. But if you're not able to, for whatever reason, still get in that food, but you want to make sure you do as fast as you can.
Okay. All right. So another question that I'm sure you probably get a lot is, is resistance training or lifting weights better than cardio or vice versa?
Oh man, we're gonna have some problems today. Somebody's gonna hate me today. Somebody's gonna hate me. Now, let me preface this. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna step on a limb. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. For right now, when we're talking about general, total body situations, we're not talking about weight loss. We're not talking about running a marathon. We're talking about general qualities of life and keeping your quality of life high. It is being shown now that strength training is slightly better, even though you need both. All right. So I'm gonna break it down. Why? We need cardio. We gotta have cardio. Why? This tickle we got inside of us. We gotta have the cardio. So I don't want anybody, even though I hate cardio. I hate it. But you gotta do it, right? You gotta do it because that heart, you need to strengthen your heart. You need extra blood flow. Our brains do good when we have cardio, right? Our brains do very well because the blood flow goes there. And we tend to think a little bit better. All those things happen. Our bones, if you're doing some running or if you're doing like anything plyometric wise, you really have to, it really helps with your building bones, right? So cardio is great. But we've gone into a society where we have been, especially women have been marketed cardio only, and we've done women a disservice in fitness. And so because we've told women that they only need to do cardio, what tends to happen is women shy away from the weight room. And because cardio is not muscle building, a lot of cardio that's being done tends to strip muscle mass away from the body if you don't have a complement of strength training. So cardio is amazing, but strength training by your hair, because when you're strength training, you're increasing your balance. You are building bone mass. Your heart does get a little bit of a workout. You are strengthening. You're strengthening your bones. You're strengthening your muscles. After about 30, 35 years, there's a thing called sarcopenia, which is basically muscle loss with age. And it's estimated it's about 5 to 10% per decade. Right? So 5 to 10% of muscle loss per decade after 30, 35, right? So once you start getting to your 60s and your 70s, yeah, that starts to become a whole lot. So a lot of times we as older folks fall, not because there's something wrong with us, but because we're too weak to hold ourselves up. All right. So strength training by a hair, because it accomplishes a lot of things that cardio does, and gives you a couple extra benefits. But you got to have both. And I see a comment saying that because they're scared they'll bulk up too much. And yes, that is a misconception that women bulk up too much when it comes to cardio, and that is false. That I cannot say it plainly. That is false. Women will bulk up, but you will appreciate that bulk up. You're not going to look like one of the strongest women in the world, strongest, looking all Hulk and She-Hulk and this, that, and the other. Only if you want to. Right. You will do that only if you want to. There's specific workouts and specific supplements we won't get into that will get you like that. All right. But women who strength train are more confident. They will actually lose more fat in a lot of cases. And what will happen is if you hit a plateau on the scale, you will start noticing that your clothes will fit a lot different. So yes, I see the comment from Pilates Heart and Soul that you'll be lean and toned. Yes, that's what strength training does. I have my old lady clients who I know can outlift some young folks. They're in their 60s and 70s. Awesome. They're deadlifting 100 to 150 pounds. They are doing it. They are not bulking. They're not bulking up. They're getting stronger. Yes. Yes, if you are naturally muscular, there are some women, yes, who may have a little bit more testosterone that will bulk up a little bit more. That they will have bigger arms, maybe bigger shoulders, bigger trap muscles. Yes, that does happen, but that is a rare deal. That should not keep you from lifting weights. You may need to modify the type of weights that you do. Yes, Miss Sharon Horn, 359. Older ladies. That's one of my clients right there.
That's awesome. And you're really saying that I look smaller but stay the same weight. Yeah, it's because muscle weighs more than fat, right, Brandon? So you might stay the same weight, but you're going to lose inches.
There you go. So muscle. So that's another kind of thing we can get to as far as the misconstruction of that. Muscle and fat weigh the same. Muscle is more dense than fat. Ooh. Muscle is more dense. So it's almost the same thing of a pound of feathers and a pound or 10 pounds of feathers and a 10-pound brick. They weigh the same, but the density is different. The density is different. For me, I'm a fairly muscular guy. I'm fairly lean. When I tell folks that I weigh between 200 and 225, they look at me like, whoa, really? But I'm very dense because I have I have a lot of muscle mass that helps me. So muscle is this, fat tends to be like that. If you want to really trip yourself out, go and Google a picture of 5 pounds of muscle versus 5 pounds of fat.
Mm-hmm.
It'll blow your mind. It
You're
will
absolutely
blow.
right.
It will blow your mind.
Okay, so how long should someone do cardio for their best cardiovascular or respiratory benefits? So like for their lungs or for their heart?
Yeah, 30 to 60 minutes is all you need.
Okay, very
That's all you
straightforward.
need. That's an easy one right there.
Yeah.
30 to 60.
So
and really depending on, for a lot of, and I'm going to preface that by saying, for a lot of our novice exercisers, 30 to 60 minutes is good enough. You start to become a little more advanced. You're a little bit less risk for injury. You can go even a little bit lower and go to that 15 to 30 mark because you're able to push your cardio a little bit harder in that 15, 20, 30-minute mark there. So, and still get some of the same benefits. But for most folks, 30 to 60 minutes is going to be enough.
Okay, good to know. And okay, so as we've mentioned, one misconception with weightlifting is that for women that it's going to make you bulky and, like you say, like the big Hulk woman or whatever. What are some other misconceptions that you've heard people say over the years that maybe you want to debunk right now?
Oh man. You talking about just fitness or just anything in general?
Yeah, just like fitness or maybe even nutrition related or something that you've heard.
Yep. One is that free weights are always better than machines. That's a myth. They're not always better. Everything in fitness is new. Everything in fitness and in actually that should be the whole thing. There is no right or wrong when it comes to fitness. Everything is nuanced depending on that individual. There are some folks who are going to get a whole lot more lifting with machines than they will with dumbbells or barbells. All right. Your body doesn't necessarily care how the progressive load happens. It just wants to have it. So if that individual through let's say a cervical fusion or a back fusion, and it is a little bit risky for them to lift weights with dumbbells and with barbells, they may need to go to a machine to get some of those same benefits in a less risky form. There's not really a right. If someone in fitness tells you that you should never do XYZ,
okay,
I have a hard time with that because everything in fitness and in health is very nuanced. It really depends on the individual that you're working with.
And I guess so when you said the free weights versus like machine, it makes me think how some people, well, not with some people, that a free weight, especially if you don't know what you're doing, could be worse for you than if like a Smith machine versus a barbell. Because the Smith machine, I know that I'm going to be pressing the barbell in the right. I can't press it, but only up and down. I can't totally keep it straight. So that's going to help my muscles be more even on both sides and all of that.
You got it.
So yeah, that's
it. And that's it right there. There's more of a mind-body connection when you understand, okay, I'm doing this row machine and I'm going to row, I'm going to pull back, I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades in, and I'm going to release and come forward. You understand the muscles that you're supposed to work. You start getting into dumbbells, and for individuals that do not have the body awareness and the mind-body control yet, they're doing the exercise with the dumbbell, pulling backwards and whatnot, but they may not be getting all that they need because they're not able to control it as much, and those cues that the machine might give them may not be there. Yes. So for all of my clients, I use a mix of both.
That's great. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Brandon. I feel like this was so great. I know that people got some great information from this, all the questions and feedback. But before we leave, I always like to ask for a fun fact. So what's a fun fact about you?
Fun fact is I used to be fluent in German.
Really?
I did. I was all in to German. So in high school, that was my language of choice.
Oh,
I actually went to it's a hilarious thing. It's actually one of the best experiences of my life. I went to German camp in Minnesota. There is a camp up there for those that are interested in sending your kids up there. I had a great experience. It was a long time ago, so I'm not sure how it is now. But 20 years ago, it was called Concordia Language Villages. They're up in Bemidji, Minnesota. And they have all different types of immersion camps. So they have Japanese, they even have English camp for folks that are coming from different languages that want to learn more about the English language. They have that. But this one was a full immersion German camp. We spoke no English for 2 weeks.
Talk about just
and so, and you're now granted there was an emergency, they wouldn't. But if there was not an emergency and you tried to speak to them in English, you were getting ignored.
Wow.
They were like, in the basic, the thing about immersion is you're going to figure it out. You're going to talk it. You're going to really listen and pick up on cues. And after a while, it just becomes second nature.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was fluent in German. I was fluent to probably my sophomore year of college, and I stopped reading German. I stopped, talking with people that spoke German, and blah, 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 it's all gone. Every once in a while, I can read a little something, but for the most part, I use my Google Translate.
Yeah.
For that.
Well, maybe that can be a 2021 goal. You can relearn.
It's not. It's not. that ship is sailed, Victoria. That ship is sailed.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, the replay is going to be available, and y'all stay on for a second because I'm going to chat about something. But Brandon, how can my viewers stay connected with you, follow up with you? Maybe they're in the area, they want to get some training sessions. How can they do that?
Most definitely. So you can reach me at Howard Power Fitness on Instagram and Facebook. I try to keep things as uniform as possible. So it's Howard Power Fitness on Instagram and on Facebook. That's also my email address. So it's mbrandon@howardpowerfitness.com. All those can be found on my Instagram profile. I also have a YouTube channel that is, guess what? Howard Power Fitness. So you can find there where I have videos on exercises that you can do in home, in the gym, and I also have videos on weight loss, building muscle, and just kind of the psychology of weight loss and things on those nature as well. I am on Twitter, even though I don't use it as much as Howard Power Fit, because they won't let me put Howard Power Fitness on there. So it's Howard Power Fit on Twitter. But really, anything that if you just search for Howard Power Fitness on Google, all those things are going to pop up for you. So,
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, and you have a great day.
Thank you so much for having me on. It has been a pleasure. It was a great way to go into the middle of my day.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We'll see you later.
Thank you all.
Bye. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so this is perfect segue too, right into, we're ending this year. Oh, and let me first say, everything that we discussed is based off our knowledge and our personal recommendation. So it is your choice if you decide to follow anything that Brandon has given or that I have said during this little show, but the replay will be available. But yes, we're going into our new year. I know a lot of people, have fitness goals, have weight loss goals. They want to become more healthy. They really want to focus on that. But here's the thing. Lots of people start, but they do not finish. My goal with what I do in Arbonne, I'm a district manager in Arbonne. It's an international company that's all online based in health and wellness. We have like the cleanest products worldwide. We ban over 2,000 ingredients. All of our products are pure, safe, and beneficial. And I want you to accomplish your goals in 2021. And if you feel ready to start now, it's great. I've got you. I will help support you. I will give you meal plans. You'll be in a community of other people that are all focused on the same thing. We want to help you succeed ultimately. So number one, Wednesday night, I'm going to be on Instagram Live with one of the consultants on my team, one of my business, one of the people that I'm in business with as well. And we're going to talk all about Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living. We're going to go through all the details. I want to show y'all really quick some pictures. So we have a new face of the program. Everything looks beautiful. It's repackaged, plus additional gifts. A $548 value for only $266. So you're getting a month to 2 month worth of products for a great deal, plus free gifts. So this is the time to jump on it. You're going to get 2 bags of protein, vegan protein. You're going to get 2 boxes, which is 60-day supply of our citrus, of our fizz, not citrus. You can pick that if you like. We have 3 different flavors. It's actually what I've been sipping on as we've been chatting. It's plant-based caffeine. Everything's plant-based. Everything's vegan. Everything's clean. You're going to get a pre and probiotic that is going to help you with digesting all of your food with these active cultures and enzymes. You're going to get some herbal detox tea, which has been so amazing. All of these products are going to help support your eliminating organs, such as your liver, such as your kidneys. You need these organs to be functioning at an optimal level so that you can feel well, so that you can live your life well. You're also going to choose between 3. You can get our greens balance. I drank it earlier. I absolutely love it. He was talking about fasted cardio. It's just a convenience thing for me. Honestly, that's why I do fasted cardio in the mornings, because early I'm not hungry. So when I get home, the first thing that I do is have my greens balance. It has 36 fruits and vegetables. It's going to help your body get in an alkaline state. Or you can choose our fiber. We had a nutritionist on, I saw commenting, and fiber is really important to not only help eliminate stuff that we have in our intestines that's been stuck there, but also to keep you fuller longer. And most people aren't getting enough fiber in their diet. So it's a great add, and it's flavorless, so you can add it to whatever you like. I like to put it in my shakes. Or you can pick our body cleanse, which is called Clean Tox now. It's a gentle body cleanse that's lemon ginger flavor that you can put in water and just enjoy. It's absolutely amazing. So yes, here's your full array of products. At the top, you've got all the options that you automatically get, and then you're pick 2 out of the 3 at the bottom. So yes, I would love to help you get healthy and achieve your goals and go into 2020 feeling stronger than ever. So yes, please reach out to me if you have any questions about anything at all, or join us Wednesday evening, I believe at 6 o'clock. I'll post it to my stories after this. But thank you all so much for joining me again on this Monday's Muse, your weekly wellness dose. Next week, we have a great show again. We're going to be talking about mindfulness, I believe. I have Abica Dubé. She is the bomb. This woman is from California, and she opened up a studio here in Louisville called Yoga State. And we're going to talk all about mindfulness and just, being centered. There's a lot going on in 2020. My heart goes out to everyone. We've all been through the ringer this year, but we can make it out stronger. We just have to stay focused and focus on the positive. So thank you all again so much for joining me for your weekly wellness dose, and I'll see you next week. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas. All right, bye.